Hello everybody, how are you? In this video we'll complete our question about derivatives. Look at this example. What about y equal tan 6x power 2? We want to find dy over dx about this function. We know derivative about this angle here equal 2 multiply 6 equal 12x. We can drop the power here and subtract 1 from this power. And then we can find derivative about tan 6x power 2. Tan will be sec power 2. Sec power 2, 6x power 2. The derivative about tan will be sec power 2 angle, and derivative about angle will be 12x. In this example, we want to find derivative about the function. We can drop the power here outside. 2 multiply tan 6x and multiply by derivative about this trigonometric function. Tan will be sec power 2 angle 6x multiply by derivative with angle here will be 6. So y dash equal to multiply by 6 equal 12 dot tan 6x multiply by sec power 2 6 of x 6x. Okay, in this example, we want to find derivative about cosine tan 4x. First, we can find derivative about this function. Cosine will be negative sine. Get here, derivative about cosine will be negative sine angle tan 4x. And then we can find derivative about this angle. Derivative about tan will be sec power 2. Sec power 2 4x. Multiply by derivative about angle here 4. So we can write y dash equal negative 4 sine angle tan 4x. Okay, multiply by sec power 2 4 of x 4x. Okay, it's a derivative about this function. You must know these properties. We know it was angle here, sine multiply by tan 4x. This angle sine tan 4x. This angle about sine. We want to find the derivative of the function. Look at here. We know sine to x equal to sine x multiply by cosine x. Okay, you must know this properties about sine to x. In this example, we can write here 4 equal to multiply x multiply cosine x multiply by sine x, and we have tan x cosine to x here. Okay, in this example, we can find the result. Who can solve it? We know y equal, we can factorize 4 by 2 multiply 2. 2x multiply by 2 sine x cosine x. Okay, so was expression, and we can write cosine 2x here, and then we can cancel 2 sine x cosine x. It will be sine 2x. Then y equal 2x multiply by 2x multiply by what? Sine 2x multiply by cosine 2x. And we know 2 sine 2x cosine 2x, we can write sine 4x. So the result will be, we can write x outside here and write 2 sine 2x multiply by cosine 2x. It's a double of angle here. So y equal x multiply by what? It will be sine 4x, and then we can find derivative about multiplication about two term dy over dx. We can write derivative about first, or first multiply derivative about second. Derivative about second here will be cosine 4x multiply by 4 derivative about this angle, and then we can write plus the second here sine 4x multiplied by derivative by x will be 1. So the result will be 4x cosine 4x plus sine 4x. Look at this example. We want to find derivative about the function sine x over 1 plus cosine x. We can use it about rule. We can find down here power 2 1 plus cosine x power 2, and we can write this down here 1 plus cosine x in denominator, multiply by derivative about numerator. Derivative about sine will be cosine x, subtract sine x in numerator. Derivative by denominator will be negative sine. It will be negative multiply negative equal positive. Okay, the result will be sine power 2x. We know 1 plus cosine x. If you want to find the result about cosine x, we must use the distribution. 1 plus cosine x, 1 times cosine x equal cosine x, and cosine x plus multiply cosine x equal cosine x here power 2 plus sine power 2 of x over 1 plus cosine x power 2. It's identity. Cosine power 2x plus sine power 2x equal 1. 1 plus cosine x, we can write it here in numerator. 1 plus it was 1. Okay, I can write here 1 about this identity. Okay, 1 here over 1 plus cosine x power 2. We know we have two expressions similar. We can simplify this, so the result will be 1 over 1 plus cosine x. It's the result about this example. The result will be 1 over cosine x. You want to define derivative about this function. Derivative function here 1 plus cosine x over sine x. First we can find the derivative about the function would be what? We can find this denominator power 2. The derivative will be this denominator power 2, and we can write down here subtract. First multiply and subtract. We can write down here multiply derivative by numerator. Derivative by cosine will be negative sine of x. Subtract, we can write in here the top 1 plus cosine x multiplied by derivative about the denominator here sine cosine. Sine x will be cosine x, and then we can write sine power 2 of x. Sine x multiply negative sine x equal negative sine x here power 2. Subtract 1 multiply cosine equal cosine x, and negative multiply by cosine multiply cosine equal negative cosine power 2x. We can simplify it. Negative sine power 2x, negative cosine power 2x. We can replace it here. Write negative outside here. The result will be sine power 2 of x plus cosine power 2 of x. Sine subtract cosine x, and here in the numerator we have sine power 2x. You can simplify it. It's identity. The result will be negative 1 subtract cosine x over sine power 2 of x. We can simplify it here. The result will be negative 1 over sine power 2 of x subtract cosine x over sine power 2 of x. We know cosine over sine, it will be cotan. So we can simplify it, and 1 over sine power 2, it's cosec negative cosec. We can write here negative cosec power 2 of x, and cosine over sine equal cotan. Right here cotan x, and 1 over sine equal cosec. So the result will be negative cotan x cosec x, because we have cosine over sine will be cotan, and we have sine x denominator. 1 over sine x equal cosec.